Hello and welcome to Dungeon Arcade, an actual play storytelling podcast. We are playing Dungeon Arcade Kids currently, which takes place in the Discworld, which was created by a fellow by the name of Sir Terry Pratchett. He was a fantasy author, avid video gamer. I'm sure he played some role-playing games in his day. Just really cool guy overall. We are playing a role-playing game with characters of our own creation in that world. If you're familiar with it, great. If not, go check it out. It's awesome. He was like super prolific. Wrote like 40 some odd books on this over like 30 years, something like that. It was wild. But yeah, and please don't sue us because we don't own the rights to any of this. We're also making zero money, so it's kind of pointless.
It is insane how not money we're making.
Yeah, this is costing us, actually. At the end of the day, we are net negative.
I am a poor college student, and this is costing me my time, which is about as much currency as I have to my name.
Some would say it's the most valuable resource.
Exactly.
Not in the capitalism. Okay. I am playing this game. I am your dungeon master. My name is Adam. And I am playing this game with my younger brother and two friends of ours. We're going to start on my left with Michael. Michael, introduce yourself, your character, and make sure you tell us how old they are.
I'm Michael. I'm playing Asher, a human ranger, and he is 12 years old.
12 years old. Directly across from me, we got Alex. Hit me with it.
Hello, I am playing Ella Silverridge, and she also is 12 years old.
And to my right, we got Nate.
I am playing Dashner Roxton. He is 11, but he turns 12 in, I believe it's a month and 3 days. I don't think a day has passed since last session.
Definitely
not.
makes
Definitely
it
not.
that long.
We didn't have a sleepover in hell yet, so.
I am also, our three adventurers are bonded by a demon they released in a vase. His name is Capgris, played by me as well. He's an NPC character / PC. I don't know. I don't really know how to describe him. He's a little trans PC, you know? Got that kind of vibe to him. He is a demon. Been around for a while, and they are currently in a hellish dungeon trying to destroy another demon who Capgris owes money to and nearly sold our gang into slavery. Yeah.
So the exposition was pointless because if they were starting it this late in the game, then they really skipped over a lot of stuff.
That's all right. I expect some people to skip the first, 20 some odd episodes. It's fine.
Out of 25.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that at the end of the day, really. I mean, you should go back and listen because, some wild things happen. A lot of stuff happened, really, at the end of the day. But yeah. So we are currently in the hellish dungeon of Azthose. Azthose is a greater demon in his own mind. They came down an elevator. They entered the first chamber, which had a bunch of spider rats and these kind of demonic rats in it. You defeated them, and that's pretty much where we're at. So you guys are currently in a chamber. At the opposite end of that chamber, about 20 feet away, I think is what I said, you can see...
Hang on, you're going to have to pause for a second.
No, I wanted it to happen seamlessly.
He was giving it, a room explanation. Alex just threw open his door like Naruto ran to his refrigerator.
I did it so quickly that it would have been fine if Nathan didn't say anything.
Threw it slowly, and then said, "No, I wanted it to happen seamlessly." As he was running back,
you would have never known.
Describing the situation.
You would have never known unless he said anything.
You would have missed the entire explanation of this room, though.
I would have figured it out.
It needed to be called out. The look on your face was the most chaotic energy I've ever seen.
I needed to get a sparkling water from the fridge. I can't
let that go.
Role play without a sparkling water.
I just couldn't let it go like that.
Listen.
All right. So
can you start that whole explanation over for me?
So you guys are currently standing in a chamber. It's about 20 feet in diameter. I can't remember how high we said it was. I think I said 30. That feels right to me. About 30 feet high. There are a couple dead spider rats around you, a couple dead demonic rats around you, and on the opposite side of the chamber, you can see there is a tunnel that leads deeper into this cave network. That's about as far as you can see. What do you guys want to do? Michael, what is Dash?
Nope.
I forgot Ash.
We're in the
I forgot.
finale.
What is
and
happening?
We don't know our
Which
players'
one was
names.
Ash and which one was
Michael,
Dash?
what is Ash? Or what is Dash?
Oh, boy, this is a rough start, huh? It's a weird energy to begin with.
Questioning what a human boy is always a strange energy to start.
Okay. I forget our. It's Dash, right? You're Dash.
Nope.
No, you're Ash.
Yep.
I'm reading the description, but I didn't write which one was which, and so I was like, okay, no, that tracks. I'm understanding what I wrote now. Okay, Asher. Asher, what do? You just witnessed Dash throw a fireball bomb and kill all these things. Are you gonna just trek forward? We're gonna stop and talk about this. What's your plan? What do you want to do next?
Ash is pretty chill with it, so he's just gonna he's ready to go. Let's just keep going. Yeah.
Keep moving. Cool. Ella, how do we feel about Dash's use of fire?
I think Ella's more rattled about these nasty spider situations. Yeah, Ella is gonna retrieve the knife that she threw at the spider, and she's like, "Can we just move on? Can't do the spiders.
You guys did loot the bodies, didn't you?
There's nothing but nasty spider body parts. Did I loot the bodies? I'm a rogue."
Okay. I don't really have anything. I don't know why I said that.
I did try.
I at least get my arrows back, obviously.
Yeah. You guys get your arrows. You get the knife that you threw back. They don't really have anything with them. I mean, there's some weaponry that they were using, but nothing that is better than anything you have. So it's just going to slow you down. Which it seems like speed is going to be helpful in this case. So maybe avoid picking things up right now. Yeah, so you guys move forward into the tunnel at the opposite end of this cavern. Give me an order. Are we walking 2 by 2? It's wide enough that you could put 3 people across, but it's not going to run. Sorry, it's not going to be comfortable. So 2 by 2 is your most comfortable walking. Whatever. So who's going to be where?
I'll lead. Or I
You'll
guess
lead?
I'll be next to Capgris at least because he might have. Well, no. I guess that part doesn't matter. I'll be in the front.
Okay. I imagine Capgris being next to Capgris makes sense in the front
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I think that tracks. He's kind of leading you guys into here, which puts Ella and Dashner in the back.
That feels fine.
Feels good to you guys.
Ella and Asher.
Mother, why can't I get it right? Asher, Dashner.
You've been able to track this for 20 something
I
episodes.
don't know why this is so hard.
This is the one. This is the one where he cracks.
This isn't even the longest time between playing we've had. I don't know what happened. Ella and Asher are in the back. Cool. So you guys walk down the hallways. There's some lanterns lit along the hallway. It's not very so you can see it's not crazy dark, but it's not crazy light either. And as you guys make your way down the tunnel, probably about 10-15 feet or so, it kind of curves slightly, and as it curves you realize that to the right there is another room that you can go into, or you can continue down the tunnel, and you can hear the sound of water getting louder as you move down the tunnel.
Are any of them seem like an off the beaten path sort of situation? Like there's one clear path and then there's a hidden kind of side path, or is it like a split in the road?
So it's basically, there is one way to continue deeper down this room. You kind of peek in. I'll give you the room description. How about that? Because you guys can pop your head in. Doesn't do anything. So this is a room that's definitely, it's probably about half the size of the last room. It's kind of oblong in shape, probably 10 feet from one side to the other, and then narrower across because it's oblong. You see these large wooden barrels kind of lining the walls. It's an old room. It smells like wood and water. It's been there for a while. And on top of the barrels and propped up beside them are these smaller casks of wine and ale. At least that's normally what it would contain. Whether it actually contains that, you can't really tell. There is give me a perception check for everybody looking in the room, which is I assume
Ella's
everybody.
looking for sure. What is my modifier? That would be a 17.
7.
Dash.
Yes. What am I?
Perception. Give me your perception.
Perception. I didn't know which one. That's a 19.
Okay. So Ella and Dash both notice that on the opposite side of the, pretty much exactly opposite you on one of the barrels, is there's a small leather notebook, and there's actually a vial, like a glass vial that contains a liquid.
Didn't we already pick up a vial that contained a liquid earlier?
You did already pick up a vial that contains a liquid.
Can you remind me what color that liquid was? And which one of us picked it up by any chance?
Here is the question. Did I write that down?
It was on the security guard when we looted him.
I kind of think it was
I
you.
remember
in the
that.
Earth realm.
It feels like it was you.
I feel like it was me also.
I'm pretty
And
sure
something.
it was you. I just gotta find the right notebook here. So
It was either yellow or purple, I think.
I want to say it was purple.
That sounds right.
That also, yes, it sounds right.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna write purple.
Do purple.
I got some grape juice.
I know what the
is
liquid
that purple?
does. I just don't remember what color it was.
Okay.
Yeah, Ella is for sure intrigued by the offshoot room. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Hey
kind of curious.
guys, I'm gonna go check this out. Hold on.
Okay.
You know, she's not explicitly saying no one come with, but she just didn't think to invite anyone.
I'll go with.
Okay.
Yeah, Ella goes in the room.
I'll
She sneaks
stay
in.
outside and kind of keep watch.
Are you just walking straight into this, or
She's doing so with some sneakage.
sorry?
I'm letting her lead the way and sneak her way in.
I'm gonna let your guys' previous actually perception check stand on this. You notice that about 5 feet into this cavern, there is there's a square that you would have to walk over that that you could avoid stepping on. Sorry, there's a square that you could avoid stepping on, but it looks different than everything else. If you're not paying attention, it would make the most sense to walk straight over it.
Okay.
Cool.
If you want to investigate that further, you might be able to figure out what that actually is. But
I'll roll an investigation check. If that's what.
yeah.
Hit
Hit me with an investigation check.
10.
You look at it, but you can't tell if it's like it's either it either needs to be stepped on or lifted up, and you're not sure if either of those things, if it does anything good or bad. You just kind of like, you know that the actual square moves.
All right. Ella's going to take a look at it too.
Yeah.
That would be a 19.
Okay. As Dash is looking at it, you turn your eyes upward and to the right, and you realize that the way that this cavern, the way you walk into it, to the right, just behind a little corner, is hidden a giant axe. And if you follow it, if you step on that plate, this axe is going to get tripped and swing right across where you guys would be standing.
Yeah. Dastner, don't touch that.
I kind of had a feeling.
She points at the axe.
Oh.
Let's be really careful where we step in here.
Sounds good to me.
So she's going to, with utmost care, walk towards the journal, I guess, checking every step before she takes it to make sure there's not any wonky bricks.
I will follow her exact path.
Okay. I'm going to say it's pretty easy to avoid walking around it. It's just kind of so in the center of the room that it's really easy to walk on it too if you're not paying attention. So
Sure.
As long as you're paying attention, I'm going to say you can move through it.
Yeah, she's like looking to make sure there's not any other ones too.
Yeah. You don't see any other ones. You're pretty much clear from there. Ash, are you walking into?
No, I'm staying outside, kind of keeping watch a little bit.
Okay, I was going to say, I think Capgris isn't really interested in exploring this room. He's a little bit more nervous about everyone coming and someone coming. So he's going to stay out there with you. Ella, you've had a couple of pretty good perception rolls, and I'm going to let this one ride for you too. As you actually get into the chamber, you realize it's a little bit brighter once you're actually in there. And on the so basically what happened was you guys were traveling south along the tunnel, and this cavern kind of forces you to turn back north. So on the north wall, on the exact opposite wall, you notice that there's actually a crease in the wall that just doesn't quite make sense. Like, it doesn't look like something's jagged and split. It looks like there was a deliberate man-made split in the far wall.
Huh. Okay, she's gonna go look at the pile of stuff, and then she'll take a look at the crease.
Yeah. So I need you to make an investigation check if you want to try to glean information from the notebook.
Okay. Oh, off the table. That would be an 11.
Okay. So you're looking through the notebook, and if you're going to hold on to it, you'll be able to get more information from it. But just glancing at it, it seems a little rambly. It doesn't really seem quite like it makes a lot of sense. Like whoever wrote it was a little off their rocker. It has some information in there about a potion, something about the rats. There's some stuff about how smart this person is. It's just not very coherent if you're gonna just kind of glance at it and go back and go and try to get information from it. So this is going to take a little bit more determined effort and a little bit more time if you want to really understand what is in this journal.
Okay, she grabs it and says, "Capgris, I can't understand any of this crap here." And throws it in his direction.
Yeah. Oh, he catches it. I was gonna say if he rolled poorly, it was gonna fall on the pendulum, but he caught it real good.
Wow.
Cool. Capgris starts flipping through it, and I assume, and I'll roll an investigation check for him so he can get more information. So he can get more information from it than while you're investigating other things.
Okay. She looks at the potion. Dashner, do you want to add this to your potion collection?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. She lets him take it, and then she's going to go take a look at that crease in the wall that you mentioned.
Okay. Tell me how you investigate this wall.
So
yeah. So there's a crease in it. It looks like it's man-made. It looks like you can't see anything on the other side of it. It's dark. It's not like there's a light on the other side of it.
Yeah.
But there's something about it that's off.
Like the wall, right. There's like a split in the wall, basically.
Yeah. Like basically this wall, it should be continuous. And if there was a split here, it should be more jagged and it shouldn't be straight. But just so imperceptibly, you can see that there's a gap right here that goes all the way up to the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
And along the ground, it's actually split very close along the ground too. On the left side, it's the same thing. It seems like it's kind of open, but there are some points where it seems to be closer to the other to the wall than others.
I think the first thing she would do is kind of like put her hands in the crack or the opening and see if it like opens up.
So you're gonna try to pry it open.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Give me a strength roll.
She's not good at that.
Well, give me a roll.
3.
So you put your hands in one of the crevices or a couple of the crevices near where the gap is, on one side of the gap, and you try to pull and nothing really happens. And then you go to the other side of the gap and you try to pull and you feel it move just ever so slightly, but you're just not quite strong enough to actually get it open.
Hey, let me take a shot at that.
Yeah, come help with this.
It's only a 4.
So
But together, that's a 7.
together, that's a 7. Yeah. So I mean, honestly, together, you guys are going to be able to get this.
Okay.
Yeah, you both pull. It's really hard, and you really can barely get it open. But the whole thing swings open like a giant door. And as you do, what you find is a very small, squared room. There's a bunch of dust, cobwebs, random bits of old clothing are strewn about the floor. And staring at you with bulbous eyes is a strange fish-like humanoid statue. It has these priestly robes on. And at its feet lays a pile of coins.
This 100% feels like a trap.
Father Fish. She bows to him.
Dash leaves the room.
You don't want to investigate it further?
No, I'll investigate.
Are you not into this fish?
I'll investigate it. It was when you started praying to it that. It's another 10 on Fish Boy.
Okay.
Ella rolled an 11.
Okay. So you notice that there's a really thin layer of dark mucus on the statue.
Of course there is.
As you stare closer, you realize that it's very slowly running down the statue and draining into the base. And then at the top of the statue, more of it is coming out. It almost looks like it's secreting it.
So it's like a fountain type thing almost.
Capgris, is Azthose a fish?
No, Azthose is not a fish. He's a demon.
Is he a fish demon?
No.
Well,
There's a fish in here.
I tried. What is a dark mucus fish thing? Do you know what that is? If it's not Azthose?
What?
You heard me. Dark mucus fish. What is it?
Dark mucus. Hold on. And
You can come here.
He walks in and he sees. Are you guys like in the room? Or are you just standing in the doorway?
I'm in the doorway.
Yeah, I think that's where.
entered.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You're
Ella
staying out of it. So Capgris walks into the chamber, and he's trying to figure out what you guys are saying. And as he walks in, he stops at about the middle of the chamber, and he kind of cocks his head to the side, and he's like, "The old voice. That shouldn't be here."
Yeah, dark mucus fish. It looked out of place.
What's the old voice?
The old voice was it was a cult, like a long time ago. I mean, like when I was roaming the earth before you guys, yeah, they would worship this statue. I never met who the image bearer of the statue was, but they would worship this statue. Honestly, I think it was just a statue at the end of the day. But they would leave their possessions here, and then they'd usually jump off a cliff into the ocean. and die. They would sacrifice themselves. They'd discard their earthly possessions and then die to join the voice.
So what you're saying is
Free loot. Yep. All right. On it. I'm walking towards the gold.
I don't know that I would touch that. He's not, and to be clear, like, he doesn't say that like urgently, like, don't touch it. Like, it's just, he's just like, this is a very confusing thing to see here.
I take out my sword and I poke around at the coins with the sword just to make sure that it seems okay.
Yeah, and I mean, like, as you do it, nothing really seems to happen. There are a bunch of coins on the statue base. There's some mucus on them, which is gross, and I mean, yeah, it's, the clothes are just old and moldy and covered in dust. There's nothing about them that seem to do anything, even when you move them.
I mean, I pick one coin up then.
Okay.
Hey, cool. All right. Gold pieces. I can add 1 to my total on my sheet, giving me a grand total of 1.
You don't want to know how many gold pieces there are? I'm just gonna take 1.
I was doing that just to make sure nothing happened, and then I was waiting for
okay.
I gotcha. A piano drops on your head. Are you?
Gotcha.
Time out. You're not taking all this gold.
No, I'm just seeing what. I'm curious. There's a weird fish statue with a bunch of money. Just trying to figure it out. See if there's anything else. Currently, there's 1 less gold piece by it. Is what I figured out.
Yeah, I mean, nothing happens when you take the gold piece. Everything seems fine. The statue doesn't change.
This isn't like a Pirates of the Caribbean thing where I'm going to turn into a skeleton in 20 minutes, is it?
I mean, it could be. I don't know.
Dang. Odd dip. Okay.
I'm not in control. I don't.
Oh, no. Then who is?
No, Capgras just like he's standing there and he's like, I mean, if no one's around, if no one's around to worship the voice, then I mean, the voice probably doesn't exist anymore, right?
That, and also, if the people here worship the voice, then when we're gone, they won't exist anymore. If the statue's here, that means it's important to Azthose, and if we kill Azthose, then I mean, technically it's like an inheritance, I think.
But Azthose wouldn't worship the voice. So the voice you're getting bogged down in this. The voice was just the idea was the everything we know was spoken into existence, and so they were trying to hear the voice, and in the world, the original sound echoes of that voice, and they thought that they needed to give up their earthly possessions, and then it became this whole thing about joining it, and it's swimming through the cosmos. That's why it was a fish. I don't know how the mucus came about.
Yeah,
but
that's the one part that's actually holding me up still. That was my next question. But
yeah, Ella's gonna investigate the whole mucus situation.
Okay. I mean, do you touch it? Do you?
I think she's just gonna like look at it and smell it first, perhaps before she touches it to make sure it's not like
yeah. So I mean, it's
toxic or something.
It's a pretty dark liquid, especially in the low light that you guys are in. It's also really thin, just running down the statue. It seems kind of. It seems really thick, but also slick at the same time. Like it almost has, like if you're pouring like molasses when it's cold, like it sort of has that feel to it where it's really thick, but it doesn't actually seem to stick to the statue.
Okay, she's going to take out the baton that she took off the guard upstairs and just kind of like dip it in where the flow is happening to try and like accumulate a little bit to look at. Okay.
You put it in and you pull it away and you get a little bit on the baton and you see very slowly the mucus actually refills where it had been running on the statue originally. So there was actually a little gap that you left. That's how slowly it was moving. Mm-hmm. And as you look at it, it slowly drips off your baton, but then you realize that it's not all going away. There is a small part of it that's staying. And as you let it sit there, it seems to harden.
Does anybody have like a jar?
I could dump out one of these potion vials.
No, don't do that. Those seem important.
Technically, I still have the big book of damned dudes because he never took that away from me. So we could put it in the book.
That's a
We
dumb
could hollow
idea.
out the book and use it as a vial.
Hollow out the book.
I can use it as like a Tupperware container.
I hate that idea.
We don't need it for anything. It wasn't even the right book. I picked the wrong one. And that was like 15 episodes ago.
Okay. There seems to be nothing else in this room.
Yeah, that's it. And there's a bunch of clothes and robes on the ground that probably have other things in them, but
do any of them seem magical?
No, they all seem very ordinary.
Yeah, Ella's gonna grab like an armful of gold, and then she's like, "Okay, maybe we should go the other way."
Yeah, I'll do the same thing. I'll take more than just one.
Okay. So I mean, if you're just gonna grab an armful, then you probably grab something like let's say like six gold pieces each, and then like 50 copper coins.
Okay.
Works for me.
Cool.
Well, either this is going to kill us or we just got some money. So guess we'll find out.
In my experience, it's worth it. You guys ready to head out?
I think, right?
Yeah, that's everything in this room that you have seen. Capgris is also like, as you guys are leaving, he's like, do you want to know what was in that notebook?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, it seems like whoever created the spider rat things or the regular demon rats, I'm not sure exactly what, but it seems like whoever created them made something to control them by, made a potion of controlling. And it's mostly saying that's what's happening here. He also says that there's a violet fungus in here that's harmful. And we should avoid them.
Violet fungus. Hey, that was a dark colored thing we just saw, right?
Wait, what?
Violet fungus. Could that be the mucusy stuff, or is it like a legit fungus?
Oh no, the mucusy stuff is not violet, and it's definitely not a fungus.
Okay, just making sure, because we again just picked up a lot of it.
Yeah,
that first potion you got though is violet-ish. That could be
that's a good point.
Some sort of fungus residue.
What was the second potion's color?
The potion that you guys picked up, I'm also sharing with you a document that contains the full writing of that notebook. It's not, no, it's not. The potion that you picked up is yellow in this room in the secondary chamber.
I have yellow and purple now.
Perp. That perp.
Just 4 more until I get the full rainbow.
¿Dónde está la documento?
In la Gmail.
Oh.
Yeah, I just shared it via email. And I sent it to...
I got it.
I'm just kidding. I'm not going to dox you on our podcast.
Thanks.
Yes, that's the whole thing. He also draws your attention to something called the Mighty Rat Bear Pig.
Half bear, half rat, half pig.
I also see that somebody has added an addition to the end of the document there, Michael.
That should not have given anybody the ability to edit the document.
Editing,
right. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So you guys head back to the.
Unbelievable.
We really shouldn't have done that. Anyway.
I know what it says. If y'all want to change things and make it say wrong stuff, that's on you.
Yeah, please don't.
Yeah, Dash just takes the notebook and just starts erasing stuff and
Erasing things.
Starts remaking it. This is the director's cut edition. No, it doesn't happen.
So you guys head back to the tunnel, and as you're walking down the tunnel, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, it curves a little bit to the left as you're moving south, and you get to what is a pretty large open area. You're at a crossroads of sorts. So basically, if you're standing in the middle of this crossroads, behind you is where you came from. To the left is another tunnel, but there's some faint violet glowing that you see just ever so slightly at the end of that tunnel. Straight ahead of you is a river that's flowing pretty quickly, but a good swimmer could probably get through it without much trouble. You're not sure if it's actually deep enough to swim in or if you would just wind up walking, but it's moving quickly enough that if you had to swim, a good swimmer could probably get through it with little trouble. And to your right is another tunnel that just seems to lead on.
So
Anyone great at swimming?
So violet is dangerous. Violet is poison. So maybe not in there unless we have a reason to. Maybe we just go forward.
You want to go through the river?
Wasn't there like another path?
Oh, to the right, the tunnel.
Yeah, maybe we just go to the right. It seems easier.
Does this is going to be a dumb question for the DM. Does it seem like there would be any sort of benefit to going down the other one?
I mean, you do have some information on the violet fungus. It's deadly and should be avoided, but it's also where they picked up all the information they picked up all the ingredients for distilling the potion of control. So, I mean, if you were looking to create more of that potion, if you feel like you could create more of that potion, it would make sense to head on down that way. And I mean, you don't really see the end of it. You don't see where it goes in total. I guess generally speaking, the dangerous things tend to hide valuable riches. So there's a thought. Across the river, you can't really see exactly what it looks like. There's another tunnel across there. And I mean, that could easily be the way that you want to go.
I don't know. I kind of want to. I mean, it looks like we would be able to find. That's the fungus chamber that was in the notebook, right? Like, wouldn't that give us some insight into what maybe these potions that I have here are, or what anything in this notebook kind of means? Like, it could help us figure some stuff out about this place.
Yeah, maybe, but I'm not going first. I don't want to mess with this nasty fungus. Asher, you're nature boy. You go first.
Yeah, that's
okay. And Asher, you're good with all this?
Yeah, I'm good with all that.
Okay. So as you guys begin to move towards the fungus chamber, the fungus room, if you will, you hear some noise behind you, and then some chittering of some giant rats just as it runs up towards you. And as you turn around, you see that there are two rats that look like they've been cut into multiple times. They look Frankenstein-esque, leading the way. And behind those two is just a giant rat. I mean, it's huge. It's probably It'd be like 8 feet tall at the end of the day. Like it is a massive rat. Where is it? I need my descriptor. Why can't I find it? Oh, and then behind that is a small, a smaller rat that is flying as it comes along, and you see some lightning sparks from its nostrils.
I'm bailing.
This is a nightmare.
It's as it gets closer, you notice that it has these like bluish colored scales on it, and dragon-esque wings, like mythical flying dragons, not the puny lizard swamp rat dragons that you were familiar with.
Ella puts on her ring of invisibility.
Nice. You know what that feels like? It feels like a good Lord of the Rings moment where Frodo goes invisible the moment that the thing is trying to kill him. What is that thing, Michael? Tell me.
Nazgul.
Nazgul. I thought that's what it was, but I thought it was wrong, so I didn't want to commit to it. Okay, let's roll for initiative.
No. Run away.
I mean, you have the option to run away. They're running towards you, but you're running towards the fungus room. So. But I also do need an initiative roll.
Okay. Gosh, dang it.
I got plus dex, right?
Yes.
Played D&D in a hot minute. I got a 16.
I got an 8.
16. Ella with the 8.
I got 10.
10. And Capgris got that. Let me roll a couple. Okay. Cool. So it looks like it's going to be the rats that are running towards you are going to go first. And then Dash, you will be second.
Okay.
So, Ella, you put on your ring before we entered initiative, so I feel good about you're wearing your ring. You go invisible. Dash and Ash and Capgris can react to that however they choose. The two rats that are running towards you are going to take the fight time to get within. They're probably about 10 feet from you. They're basically just outside of reach is how far they can get before, their speed runs out in our, combat time. Before Dash, you get your move.
Okay.
So let me set that up really quick for you. So you guys are moving towards the fungus room, which means you guys are in a tunnel. This tunnel is a little bit wider. All 4 of you can stand shoulder to shoulder and maybe not fight as well as if you were, 3 across, but you can do that. 10 feet in front of you are 2 rats that look very Frankenstein-esque. They kind of run on all 4s, and they just look like they've been cut apart and re-put back together. Probably 20 feet behind them is a giant rat, just like 8 feet tall, looks like a monster. And then just behind him is another rat that's flying, has the scales on it, looks kind of sparking lightning on it, and it's only about 4 feet long. As it gets closer, you realize that it's not huge, it's just dragon-esque.
I see you didn't put them all within a 20-foot radius sphere of each other.
It's weird, right? Like, they're real.
It's almost like you remembered that. All right, well, that was instinct number 1, and it still might end up being the final action, but yeah, I'm gonna throw another fireball thing, but I'm gonna focus it on the big one, and the one flying. I'm gonna center it on them.
Okay.
Because those two are close together also.
Yeah.
And I feel like flying and large is gonna be better than close to us.
Okay.
To take out.
All right.
Just in terms of, so they need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, dexterity saving throw.
We determined what you have to beat last time, but I don't know if we actually wrote that down.
Would have been smart of us to write it down.
It really would have been.
So he rolled that. I mean, it's supposed to be your...
Yeah, I don't know. I can figure it out. Give me 1 sec, actually.
Right.
I have it on here somewhere.
Wrong sheet. That's all right. I got to find... Where is it? Why do I
Should
keep
be
losing this one? Because there's a base, isn't there? Isn't that what we determined last time?
It's 8 plus. Okay, I figured it out. It's plus my wisdom. It's 8 plus proficiency bonus plus your like modifier stat. I just didn't remember what my modifier stat was, which is a +0 for me. So it's going to be a 10 is what they have to beat.
Okay. Giant rat definitely beats a 10.
Cool.
Fly rat definitely does not.
Great. Was it a critical failure by any chance?
No, it was not a critical
Dang it.
failure. It was not that bad.
All right. Let me use my fancy dice rolling thing because it's 8d6, and then it's half for the one that's saved. It's going to be 33 to the flying one, and then I guess, does it round up or down?
Down. It always rounds down.
Okay, then it would be, I guess, 16 to the other one. To the big boy.
To the big boy. Okay. You throw the fireball and there's a flash as that goes up. It lights up the whole cavern and the giant rat manages to dodge ever so slightly, and his part of his body manages to stay out of the blast radius because he just overthrew it. And he about the lower half of him winds up burnt. It's going to wind up reducing his movement speed by a lot, you bet.
Lit.
But he is hurt. He's feeling it. The flying rat gets engulfed in this bright light, and when it comes back, you don't see it.
Okay.
Just gone. It's not there anymore.
Okay.
So.
And then I'm debating if I want to use my action surge to stab something.
Do you?
I don't know. Because something tells me, if I could read correctly, something tells me we're probably not going to get a short or long rest during this. So I think I'm actually going to save it and just end my turn there.
Okay. Cool. Next up is going to be the giant rat, and he's going to lumber towards you guys. He's going to wind up just behind where the explodey rats are, and he lets out a roar, which you hope doesn't attract other rats. But that's all he can really do. He can't reach you or anything like that. So kind of useless at the end of the day. Capgras is going to dart forward and try to attack one of the explodey rats. Or the Frankenstein rats. That's what I'm playing with. He's going to swipe to claw at it, and he is going to hit it. He's going to do an amount of damage. Okay. After Capgras is going to be... Let's see. I did the ground. I did Capgras. It's going to be Ash.
I'm going to shoot my bow at the Frankenstein rat that Capgras didn't attack.
Okay, so he attacked the one on the right. You're going to attack the one on the left.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Sweet. How many? What's our damage on that? What's our
rule? What did we do?
We say
I believe we said full possible damage.
Full possible damage.
Then 10 points of damage.
All right. So they hurt. They don't feel great. But they're still there. Or they're both still there.
And then I'm gonna back up like 30 feet.
Like my entire
Fair,
movement speed.
honestly.
Yeah. I'm keeping some distance.
Love it. All right, Ella, hit me with it.
Ella's invisible.
Yes, she is. Does she want to? Is she gonna sneak attack? Snack attack?
Ella is going to take a deep breath, close her eyes, and say under her breath, "No bailing." And then she runs at the one that Asher just shot and hits him with her dagger.
What's the roll?
That is a 17.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Cool. I need to find another dice now for this part.
What are you rolling?
A D4.
No.
I can never remember if I add anything to damage. We probably
Should
have this
be-
conversation every single time.
For a dagger, it should be your dex.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
finesse weapon.
Yeah.
Unless you're proficient in daggers.
I'm adding my dex to the attack damage.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, that's 5 damage.
All right. You sneak up and then out of nowhere stab the Frankenstein rat. And as you stab it, it lets out this blood curdling screeches. And it comes to a halt, and then it starts expanding and explodes.
Oh God.
So Ash moved away, but everyone else is within 15 feet of it, right?
Yeah, because technically I didn't move away from it.
Yeah, because you're 10 feet from it,
Yeah.
and everyone else moved towards it. So everyone needs to do a dexterity saving throw to try to avoid getting splashed with whatever the heck this thing just unleashed.
Disgusting.
That's a 7.
Gosh, this will not stay on my table.
Boy, that one felt like an important one to hit, and I really just got a 7. Cool.
Yikes. 6.
Oof.
All right. Welcome to the club.
If it helps, Capris made it. So cool job.
Thank
If it
goodness.
also helps, the giant rat didn't make it. So also in the failed thing. Sweet. Y'all are going to take. Hold on. Oh, wait. No, that's a modifier. I want to do that. Nope. I messed that up. Okay. Now it's not working. There we go. Y'all are going to take 8 points of damage.
Oh.
Well, I'm almost bloodied.
Yep.
Are you bloodied?
We're babies. I'm
what-
going to use my.
How are you?
I'm using my
looking?
cunning action to dash away, please, as far as possible.
Dash away, dash away, dash away. Oh, that's probably a good move.
Yeah.
Man, I'm glad I'm not a melee fighter right now.
Hang on. I might be able to do something. Nope. I don't have any. I don't have superiority dice yet. We're level 2. What am I thinking?
As that explodes, you both get hit. A rain of this acidic goo comes down on you. Capgris manages to sidestep whatever would have hit him, but the giant rat standing directly behind them doesn't, and crumbles to the floor dead.
Ella screams.
What
Oh my god.
does the other rat, the one that Capgris hit, does that take damage from it?
It saved. Sorry.
Okay.
So which ones are left? We've got.
There's
area,
one.
area effect,
Just
doesn't
one?
it take half damage though?
It doesn't say. It's not like an area
thing, I think.
Yeah, in this case, it didn't actually say that, but the way I'm interpreting it is this thing exploded and sprayed out.
Mhm.
And if you weren't hit with the main thing that basically made it so deadly, like you could avoid it, you could actually cover yourself enough to not get hit by it. It's the way I'm interpreting it. It's not like an explosion. It actually sprayed something. So.
Okay.
Nate, they're screebs.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much. Jeez.
Great. So yeah, Uh, so yeah, this bright green neon stuff sitting on you guys, and it hurt real bad. It wasn't fun. It's the other Frankenstein rat's turn, and he is going to headbutt Capgras because his Capgras is standing right there. Oh, he's gonna hit. He's gonna hit so good. He's gonna do some damage to Capgras. So Capgras. Okay. Dash.
Yep.
It is your turn. The only one left is that Frankenstein rat on the right that Capgras is standing in front of. It looked exactly the same as the last rat that was just killed. So
I'm just gonna walk up and stab it in the head.
do you feel good about that? I'm
That
gonna give you one more shot to actually not do that.
No, I'm.
That is
Well,
a choice.
it's a choice, but like I don't really. Okay, besides my fireball, I don't really get ranged attacks.
Mm-hmm.
I can. Here are my attacks. Sword. We never actually gave the axe damage because the one time I was going to use it, we decided not to. And I can turn into a werewolf and bite it or claw it.
You could try throwing your sword.
You could try it not being within a 15-foot radius of it.
Okay, I'll back up. I will back up 30 feet, and then I guess I will javelin my sword at it.
But hold on. This also means that Ella is within range of Ella and Capgras are both within range of this.
Well,
No, Ella bailed. Ella
She
bailed.
cutting action. She cutting
Oh,
action.
you're right. So Capgras is the only one that's in range of this. So this is this. So yeah, if you wanna do this with Capgras in range, that's fine. Just need you to know the stakes of what you're doing.
Hey, Capgras, do you think you can dodge out of another one of those?
Maybe.
Cool, we're gonna find out. And I'm javelining
Okay.
my sword.
Gosh.
If you do bad, you're gonna hit Capgras.
Do I add my dex or my strength? Because dex is usually ranged, but it's a sword.
I'd say Dex.
I would say Dex. Like you would need dexterity, like a finesse thing, to like make this actually work.
It's a 14 then, plus 0.
It's a 14 plus 0. Okay. So you launch your sword in the air, an almost perfect arc. It's coming down. It looks like it might just hit Capgras's head, but it skims right over him and drops right into the back shoulder blades of the Frankenstein rat. Hit me with some damage.
Can we call it Rattenstein?
Rattenstein.
That's going to be 5 damage.
Okay. The rat, that's going to do it. So the rat lets out that same blood-curdling screech and then begins to expand and ultimately explode. Capgras moves to dodge out of the way of this spray that's going everywhere within a 15-foot radius and manages to jump right into it.
Oof.
He takes
My bad.
13 damage from that.
13?
Yeah, the rolls were not in his favor on that one.
He's a demon. He'll be okay.
Sure.
He's probably higher leveled than us. He's been around a long time.
He's a higher level and he's an essential NPC. If we've played Skyrim, he can't die. He'll just get down on one knee for a few seconds and come back.
I played Skyrim, he can't die.
Listen, the only way Capgras is dying is with console commands. Till they kill Capgras is the only way he's going down.
I love it. Okay, so you guys...
Adam is the console commands, though.
It's interesting. If you kill Capgras, like your issue with Azthose is over, right? So, but what happens to you? Like that's always the question of this.
that's
we
always
don't know.
what
We're
What
not
is
quite
your
sure.
connection to Capgras? So anyway, so you guys managed to kill the rats.
Killed a wabbit. Killed a wabbit.
Capgras steps out into the main, into that cross, the the crossroads again and washes himself off in the river really quickly.
I'm
and then,
gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
and then you guys turn around to head back towards the fungus room, or at least what you assume is the fungus room.
Ella says, "Why couldn't I have been cosmically bound to some clerics?"
You make a real valid argument.